A reading from the book of Exodus. Early in the morning, Moses went up Mount Sinai as the Lord had commanded him, taking along the 2 stone tablets. Having come down in a cloud, the Lord stood with Moses there and proclaimed his name, Lord. Thus the Lord passed before him and cried out, the Lord, a merciful and gracious God, slow to anger and rich in kindness and fidelity. Moses at once bowed down to the ground in worship. Then he said, If I find favor with you, O Lord, do come along in our company. This is indeed a stiff-necked people, yet pardon our wickedness and sins, and receive us as your own. The word of the Lord.
Our first reading for today, Holy Trinity Sunday, comes from Exodus. Upon hearing the first reading, many of us would probably be surprised. How come it is Trinity Sunday, but there is no mention of God as Father, Son, and Holy Spirit in the first reading? That is a normal expectation on this solemnity. But then, this is also a Sunday where our belief in God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is brought to a deeper level. It is not enough to say the words Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. What is the core of the being and the presence of God, whom we consider as revealed to us as Trinity? And the answer of the first reading and the 2 other readings for today, the God who is Trinity is a God of love. We already hear this over and over again, especially when the first letter of St. John is proclaimed in our celebrations. God is love. Deus caritas est. That's the title of the first encyclical of Pope Benedict XVI. The Trinity is a God of love. And in the first reading, we find how God is revealed as love to Moses and to the chosen people, Israel. Let us be reminded that God just forged a covenant with the people, a covenant of life and love. They will share a common destiny. You will be my people, and I will be your God. Let us share love and life. But then, the people were so forgetful of God, they replaced Him with a molten calf. But God was willing to renew His covenant with the people. And in the passage that we just heard, we find Moses receiving from God again the tablets that will contain the commandments by which the people Israel could live their covenant. And God is revealed as a merciful God, a gracious God, gracious in mercy. This is a God who is slow to anger, abounding in kindness. Don't we all want to approach people who are merciful, slow to anger, abounding in kindness, gracious in love? When we say God is love, it is not just a label. It is not just a characteristic. It is how God reveals God's self. And it is how God is manifested in God's covenant relationship with us. How do we know that God is love? That is how God has revealed Himself, and that's how God deals with His people. And Moses conveys also to us through this reading that God pardons a stiff-necked people, mga taong hindi marunong lumingon sa pinanggalingan. He will pardon the wickedness and sins of these people, and God will receive us as His own again. This is the God that we worship. This is the God that has made us His very own, even if we disown Him, even if we are forgetful, even if we turn away from Him. God will never waver in His mercy, in His grace, in His compassion. He will take us again, receive us again as His own. This is the heart of God, love. This is the Trinity, the love that binds Father, Son, Spirit as one God. And this is the love that deals with us as a people.